Kill that weak version of yourself. You know what your biggest enemy looks like. It's not your boss. It's not your circumstances. It's not the economy, your past, your upbringing, or the people who doubted you. Your biggest enemy wakes up every morning in your body, looks at you in the mirror, and whispers, "Not today!" That enemy is the weak version of you. And today, we're going to kill it. Not suppress it. Not negotiate with it. Not manage it. Kill it. If you're ready for that conversation, stay with me. Because what I'm about to share with you is going to change the way you see yourself forever. And before we go any further, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button right now. Because what we do on this channel is not for people who want to feel good. It's for people who want to be better. So subscribe, and let's get into it. Section 1. Who is the weak version of you? Let me paint you a picture. The weak version of you is the one who sets the alarm for 5 a.m. and hits snooze 4 times. The weak version of you is the one who says, "I'll start Monday." And Monday comes, and Monday goes, and it becomes next Monday, and then next month, and then next year, and you look up and 5 years have passed, and you're still standing in the same place. The weak version of you is the one who shrinks in conversations, who doesn't speak up in meetings, who lets people walk over them because conflict feels uncomfortable. The weak version of you is the one who scrolls for 2 hours when they should be building, who eats for comfort when they should be fueling, who numbs out with entertainment when their soul is screaming for purpose. Sound familiar? Good. Because recognition is the beginning. Here's what I need you to understand. That weak version of you didn't appear out of nowhere. It was built, layer by layer, by every time you chose comfort over growth, by every time you ran from discomfort instead of running toward it, by every time you told yourself a story about why you couldn't, instead of figuring out how you could. The weak version of you is a collection of bad habits, untested beliefs, and avoided pain. And the dangerous thing? It knows you. It knows exactly what to say to keep you stuck. It knows your fears. It knows your excuses. It speaks in your voice. It thinks in your mind. That's what makes it so hard to fight. But here's the truth that changes everything. It is not you. The weak version is not your identity. It is a pattern. And patterns can be broken. Section 2. The lie of comfort. We have been sold a lie. The lie is this: life is supposed to be comfortable. Every advertisement, every social media highlight reel, every convenience app, they all whisper the same thing. Make it easier. Skip the hard part. You deserve rest. You deserve a break. Treat yourself. And listen, rest is real. Recovery is real. But there is a massive difference between earned rest and chronic avoidance dressed up as self-care. The weak version of you loves comfort. It will tell you that you need a rest day when you haven't done anything in a week. It will tell you that you deserve a treat when you haven't done the work. It will tell you that you should be kind to yourself every time you think about holding yourself to a higher standard. This is the trap. Because comfort, when it becomes your default, when it becomes the thing you run toward instead of the reward you earn, comfort stops being a gift and becomes a prison. Think about this. A muscle that is never stressed never grows. A person who is never challenged never evolves. A mind that is never pushed never expands. Everything that is strong in this world became strong through resistance. Steel is forged in fire. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Athletes are built in pain. And the version of you that you are capable of becoming, the best version, the strong version, the one you can see in your mind late at night when the world is quiet and you're honest with yourself, that version is on the other side of discomfort. Not slightly uncomfortable. Not mildly inconvenient. Hard. Painful. Demanding. That's where growth lives. So every time the weak version of you gravitates toward comfort, toward ease, toward the path of least resistance, I want you to recognize that pull for what it is. It is the enemy keeping you small. Section 3. The Anatomy of Weakness. Let's get specific. Let's talk about exactly how weakness shows up in your life. Because weakness doesn't always announce itself. It's subtle. It disguises itself. Weakness looks like perfectionism. You don't start because it's not the right time. You don't launch because it's not perfect yet. You don't put yourself out there because you might fail. Perfectionism is just fear wearing a productive costume. Weakness looks like people-pleasing. You say yes when you mean no. You shrink your dreams to fit into other people's comfort zones. You seek approval from people who are not even living the life you want to live. You let the opinions of others become louder than the calling inside of you. Weakness looks like comparison. You scroll through someone else's highlight reel and use it as evidence of your own inadequacy. You look at where they are without accounting for where they started, what they sacrificed, and how long they've been at it. Comparison is the thief of progress. Weakness looks like inconsistency. You go hard for a week and then disappear for a month. You get inspired and then get distracted. You make a promise to yourself and then break it without consequence. Every broken promise to yourself is a deposit into the bank account of the weak version of you. Weakness looks like victimhood. It's always someone else's fault. The circumstances, the upbringing, the system, the timing. And look, there may be real obstacles. The world is not fair. But victimhood is not a strategy. You cannot think like a victim and live like a champion at the same time. It is impossible. Weakness looks like avoidance. The hard conversation you keep putting off. The doctor's appointment you won't schedule. The financial mess you won't look at. The relationship you need to either repair or walk away from. Every avoided reality compounds. The longer you avoid it, the bigger it gets. I want you to sit with this for a moment. Which one of these is your weakness? Where does the weak version of you live in your life? Because you cannot kill what you won't name. Name it. Right now in your mind. Name exactly where weakness has taken up residence in your life. Good. Now we can go to work. Section 4. How to kill the weak version. Now we get to the work. And I want to be clear, this is not a one-time event. You don't kill the weak version of you once and move on. This is a daily practice. A way of living. But let me give you the tools. The first tool is identity. Before behavior changes, identity must change. Most people try to change what they do without changing who they believe they are. They try to go to the gym without becoming someone who values their body. They try to save money without becoming someone who respects their finances. They try to be disciplined without deciding they are a disciplined person. It doesn't work. Identity comes first. You need to decide who you are. Not who you hope to be someday. Who you are. Right now. Today. Say it out loud if you have to. I am someone who does hard things. I am someone who keeps their word to themselves. I am someone who chooses growth over comfort. Every action you take either confirms or contradicts your identity. So when you make the hard choice, when you get up early, when you do the work, when you have the hard conversation, you are not just completing a task. You are casting a vote for who you are. Cast enough votes, and the identity solidifies. The second tool is standards. The weak version of you has low standards. Or worse, no standards. It tolerates mediocrity. It accepts excuses. It negotiates with laziness. You need to raise your standards to a level that the weak version of you cannot survive. What does that look like practically? It means you stop tolerating certain behaviors from yourself. No more skipping workouts without a real reason. No more going to bed without completing your most important task. No more staying in conversations and environments that drain your energy and dim your vision. Standards are not restrictions. Standards are the architecture of excellence. When you hold yourself to a higher standard, everything that doesn't meet that standard, including the weak version of you, simply cannot exist in that space. The third tool is hard things daily. Every single day, you need to do something that is hard. Not catastrophically hard, but uncomfortable. Something that pushes back. Cold showers. Hard workouts. Difficult conversations. Deep work when you'd rather be distracted. Saying no when you want to please. Waking up when the bed is comfortable. The practice of choosing hard things daily is the practice of building mental toughness. Think of it like this: every time you do the hard thing, you are training your brain to associate action with identity. You are proving to yourself, repeatedly, that you are not ruled by comfort. That you are capable of more. And over time, this compounds. The person you are after 6 months of daily hard things is fundamentally different from the person you are today. Stronger. Sharper. More confident. More capable. The fourth tool is ruthless honesty. The weak version of you survives on self-deception. It needs you to believe the excuses. It needs you to accept the stories. It needs you to keep rationalizing why things are the way they are. The weapon against it is radical, ruthless, uncomfortable honesty. Look at your life with clear eyes. Is the work you're putting in actually matching the results you want? Are you as disciplined as you think you are, or are you just disciplined compared to people around you who are also not reaching their potential? Are your excuses real obstacles or comfortable stories? Journaling is one of the most powerful tools for this. Write it out. Unfiltered. No audience. Just the truth. Because when you can clearly see the gap between who you are and who you want to be, and when you stop lying to yourself about the size of that gap, you create the discomfort that drives real change. The fifth tool is your environment. You cannot fight the weak version of yourself if your environment is designed for weakness. If your phone is full of distractions and your notifications are constantly pulling your attention, you are fighting with one hand tied behind your back. If the people around you are comfortable with mediocrity, if your circle does not challenge you, does not push you, does not hold you to a higher standard, you will drift back to their level no matter how motivated you feel right now. Environment is not everything, but it is almost everything. Audit your environment. Ruthlessly. What needs to be removed? What needs to be added? Who needs more of your time? Who needs less? Design your life so that the easy choice and the right choice are the same choice. Make the weak version of you fight harder just to exist. Section 5. The darkness before the dawn. I want to talk about something that nobody talks about enough. The moment before the breakthrough, that stretch of time when you are doing the work and not seeing the results, that is the most dangerous moment. Because the weak version of you loves that window. It sees no visible progress and says, "See? It's not working. You're wasting your time. You're not built for this. Other people can do it but not you." And here's the painful truth: most people quit in that window. Most people stop right before the breakthrough. They did 80% of the work. They paid 80% of the price. And then they bailed at 80%, which means they got 0% of the result. I need you to understand something about growth. It is not linear. You plant a seed and nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. And then, suddenly, the plant breaks ground, and it grows fast. The work was happening underground the whole time. You just couldn't see it. Your transformation works the same way. The days you don't see results, the weeks that feel stagnant, the months that feel like you're spinning your wheels, those are not wasted. They are building. They are compounding. The roots are going deeper so the tree can grow taller. Do not quit in the dark. Keep moving. Keep doing the work. Keep honoring your standards even when nobody is watching and nothing seems to be happening. Because on the other side of that darkness is a version of you that is stronger than you can currently imagine. And the only thing standing between you and that version is your willingness to keep going when the weak version tells you to stop. Section 6. The person you are capable of becoming. I want to close with this. You have a vision of yourself. You've had it for a long time. A version of you that is healthier, stronger, more confident, more purposeful, more financially free, more at peace, more fully alive. That version is not a fantasy. That version is real. It exists. It is possible. And it is waiting for you on the other side of every hard thing you've been avoiding. But here is what that version of you requires. It requires that you stop protecting the weak version. Stop making excuses for it. Stop babying it. Stop letting it negotiate. Stop giving it a seat at the table. Every morning when you wake up, there is a war being fought inside of you. The strong version versus the weak version. The disciplined you versus the comfortable you. The person you want to become versus the person you've been. And every choice you make, every single one, is a vote in that war. What will you vote for today? Because I believe, and I mean this, I believe that the fact that you're watching this, that you found this, that something in you resonated with this title, that tells me something. It tells me that the strong version of you is not dead. It is awake. It is fighting. It is calling you. Answer the call. Stop tolerating weakness in yourself. Stop making peace with a version of you that you know is not the best you. You are capable of so much more than you have settled for. So much more. And the world needs the strongest version of you. Not the comfortable version. Not the cautious version. Not the version that plays it safe and avoids the pain. The real you. Go find that person. Go be that person. Start today. Not Monday. Not next month. Not when conditions are perfect. Today. If this hit you, if something in this video stirred something in you, then do this right now. Subscribe to this channel. Because this is what we do here. Every single video. We go to war against the weak version of ourselves. We talk about what it actually takes. No fluff. No empty hype. Just truth. If you're someone who wants to become the strongest version of yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally, this is your home. Hit subscribe. Turn on notifications. Because the next video is going to go even deeper. And share this with one person, just one, who you know is sleeping on their potential. Who you know has more inside them than they are showing. Send it to them. This might be exactly what they needed to hear. Thank you for being here. Now go. Do the hard thing. And kill that weak version of yourself.